To add a new member, select the New button. In the General Core Information tab, the minimum required fields to save a new member setup are member number, first and last name, bill to member, membership type, club status, and date joined. You can also add the member's work information and demographic information such as gender and date of birth. The Bill To field designates who is getting all of the charges at the end of the month. If you want all charges to go to the primary member's account, the Bill To account must be set to the primary member's account. When adding a spouse or dependent member, it is very important to change this field to the primary member's account number. If you do not change this, the dependent will receive their own statement. You can report on a lot of the fields in the member's file. So the more information that you can enter for a member, the greater your reporting capabilities are in terms of creating custom reports in the Business Intelligence module. The Future Info Changes tab allows you to create changes that will be made to the member's account, including changes to a member's membership type or club status, that are set to occur at a future date based on a specific date, age of member, or even length of membership. In the Pop-up Messages tab, you can add messages to display in multiple programs in Encore for this member. Pop-up messages can be handy for things such as allergies, shoe size for golf, or warning messages such as the member is suspended. Use the Marketing Segments tab to add the member to any pre-created segments to be used for email marketing. Use the Cards tab to add a member card to a member's account so that they can use a swipe at POS or for activity tracking. In the Images tab, you can optionally attach a member's image to their account. This image will display in the member's program and in POS for the server or retail staff. In the View Edits tab, you have access to an audit trail of changes made to select member fields, including the date, time, user, old value, and new value. Notes can be added for a reason. If your club is utilizing text messaging, you can view historical opt-in and opt-out status change messages for the member. Over to Contact Info. In the Mailing Addresses tab, you can enter the member's address and contact information. If you want to mail the member's statement, you must have at least one address on file for the member. You will also want to make sure to flag at least one primary address by flagging the primary field. If the Sync button on the primary member's mailing address is flagged, the address will populate to all dependent members. If any changes are made to the primary address, this will sync to the dependent accounts. You will also want to make sure you have at least one email address on file in the Email Addresses tab if you plan on emailing statements or club communications, and at least one email address must be flagged as the primary email address. In the Mailing and Statement Options tab, you can enter information in the fields as required. These fields are only really needed if the member wants to be addressed different when using different mailing options. Use the Correspondence tab to dictate how the member will receive correspondence and statements. If you do nothing on the Correspondence tab, by default statements will go to the primary email and primary mailing address. This section must be completed if the member wishes to make any changes to where their statement is sent. You can even set to have correspondence sent to a specific address during a specific time of the year. For example, summer address versus winter address. Use the Billing Info tab and additional sub-tabs to add a credit card on file, set up fee billings and minimums, apply any exemptions, and set up pre-authorized payments and POS pricing rules as applicable. If your club has a CRM module, you can use the CRM tab to add, view, and edit activities, opportunities, and documents for CRM. In the Other tab, you can use the Extra Info tab to answer custom info fields for the member. You can also specify relationships to dependents in the Relationships tab. And you can set preferences for some of the booking modules in the Preferences tab. The Inquiry tab is where you can view charges, payments, bookings, and more for the member based on the modules that your club has. When viewing a grid, use the plus sign to expand a line item, or double-click on a line to open an AR Inquiry drill down. Some tabs that may come in handy include Hide Charges. Use this tab to hide charges inadvertently posted to a member's account. Note that the charge and credit must balance to 0 and be in the same account period. Use the Bookings tab to view a member's schedule in any of the Encore activity modules. Use the Minimum History tab to view a member's post-billed dining minimum information. You can view the amount to spend, amount spent, adjustment amount, and amount left to spend. Use the Adjusted Amount column to make corrections to the minimum spent balance. Use the Documents tab to view a member's chits, club credits, statements, and other types of documents. You can also add documents to the member's account like member contracts and forms. Note that this is an add-on module with a separate fee. Contact your account rep for more information. Once you have filled in all of the required and applicable fields, select Save. If you are creating a dependent account, you can optionally use the Duplicate button to duplicate the primary member's account. Then, all you have to do is update the fields specifically for the dependent, like first name, member number, etc., and all other fields like address will already be filled out for you. Just don't forget to update the Bill To field to the primary member's member number and save the account. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more how-to videos, and don't forget to subscribe.